I've been a firearms instructor for 13 years. It's been a fun journey, and I've learned an awful lot from students just like you. When we started this thing many years ago, I wanted to just motivate, educate, and entertain and take a first-time shooter and help them build their confidence to become more accurate with a pistol. I took the NRA instructor's license, and I have that, and I did the United States Concealed Carry Association license. Those are credentials. Those are things, they don't really give you how to teach. They kind of work you through it, but you just got to build your own program, I guess is what it would be. And whether I'm working with a child or a teenager or a woman or a man, it doesn't really matter because it's all the same as far as what I'm trying to teach them. The only problem I have is some students hear it differently than others. And on top of that, some students need a little bit different stuff than other students. It could be the factor of not big enough hands, too long of a finger, too big of a hand, too small of a hand. There's a lot of different stuff that students, we need to make sure we go through all that stuff with them to find the right thing for them. So after 13 years of doing this business and enjoying every minute of it, sometimes good, sometimes bad, 13 years of it, I've learned lessons from my students. People always say, well, you taught me so much. Well, guess what? You taught me something today too. And I learned something every day from a student that I'm able to take to the next student, and maybe I can say it and they'll hear that. Our script we use on a regular basis is starting them out, understanding how to control the weapon. And we go through the grip and the stance and the trigger control and the sight picture and the sight alignment. And our YouTube channel, it's filled with videos like that. And the reason why we do all those videos, because each person can watch something, hear something, and read something, and it'll come out differently for each person. So each time we do one of these, we just want to make sure that it's coming up to that one person. When I do a video, I'm not thinking about doing a video for all y'all. I'm thinking about doing the video for you, sir, the one in the plaid shirt. The one in the plaid shirt with the glasses. That's the one I'm speaking to. Now, if you all other ones hear me, well, that's great and wonderful. But if you do a video for everybody, you're not going to get anybody. If I do a video for this one person in the one town in one area, and why we started this channel is because I'm in Florida and you may be in Illinois, but you want to learn to shoot a pistol. So I put all these programs together and all these ebooks and all the stuff together to give you the best foundation I could in a video form like this. So at the end of this video, if you'll stay tuned, I've got a bonus for you, and I think you'll enjoy it. It's going to be free, so you're not costing anything, but it's going to give you some education, well-earned education that we put together, and I think you'll enjoy it. So stay tuned to the end. So let's start with lesson number one. Lesson number one for me, and I put them on a piece of paper because I start rambling on in these videos. Sometimes I don't get two things said before I start rambling, and I got to be careful of that. So I don't want to do that. So I've got my video here. So lesson number one is fundamentals are king. Okay, that's great, John. What the hell does that mean? Well, fundamentals is grip and stance and trigger control and sight picture and sight alignment. This is everything that controls the weapon. Because if you really think about this, fundamentals are the key to anything. We cannot control the weapon without the proper grip. We cannot sight the picture or sight the gun without the proper sight alignment. We cannot engage the trigger without the proper engagement of the trigger. We cannot control the recoil muzzle flip without standing properly. So all of these things need to be laid out for you. And we've done that through our YouTube channel. We've done that through some ebooks that we have. And it kind of works on those fundamentals. So the first thing we give a new student is to get the fundamentals. Whether you take a class, which is I highly recommend, or you watch, many videos, you can do it many different ways. But I can tell you this, the more muscle memory we build working on the fundamentals, the more accurate we'll be with a pistol and the more confident we'll be with a pistol. You're going to hear accuracy, confidence, accuracy, fundamentals. Those are going to be mixed in all the time in this video because they all run together. One of them's off, they're all off. You have proper grip, you have crappy trigger control, and a real good sight alignment, it's not going to work. If you got good trigger control, bad sight alignment, and great grip, not going to work. They all three have to be together. Number 2 lesson is safety builds confidence. You need to know the safety rules. You know what the safety rules are? Treat the weapon if it's always loaded. Keep your finger off the trigger till you're ready to fire. Never point the weapon at anything you love to want to destroy. Always keep the weapon pointed in the safe direction and know your target and what's beyond. That cannot be more simple for you to understand. Make it easier for you. Booger picker off bang button. That's the trigger. Bang button is the trigger. Number 3 is trigger control is everything. And I'll be honest with you, the trigger control is what really manipulates the pistol the most. When you're slamming that trigger versus pressing that trigger, it makes all the difference in the world. When you slowly engage a trigger, you're not going to manipulate the pistol as much. When you slam the trigger, you slam the gun. So you want to be very careful about slamming any kind of trigger. So what we want to work on is, if you want to, you can work on a trigger press by dry firing the weapon. That's a slow engagement of the trigger. So lesson 3 was trigger control. Lesson 4 is practice builds skill. Each time I do a class with a student, we go back there, we work on the fundamentals, we get the grip, we get the stance, we get the trigger control. It's diminishing, guys. If you don't do it, you lose it. So you got to continuously put these down and get here and get it done on a regular basis. This is your new job. This is your new job. It is your job to defend your family and yourself. It's not a cop's job to defend the world. It's your job to defend the world. The cop's job is to write the report and draw the chalk line. Just make sure that chalk line isn't yours. And you're able to do that if you work on your fundamentals, work on that routine, and become more accurate with a pistol. Consistency beats talent every time, guys. Lesson number 5 is mental focus. If you don't really think about this, and that's what people do, they come to the range and take a weapon and they put 15 rounds in a 15-round magazine and they bang, 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 and their shots are all over the damn place. What are they learning? Bad habits. We need to focus on getting 5 rounds at a time and slowly press the trigger and get those confident shots going. Once you've understand the trigger control, you understand how you manipulate the pistol. Once you understand how you manipulate the pistol, then you're building that foundation of confidence that you need, which is working on your muscle memory. Very important. Build that muscle memory. It's going to help you tremendously in a high stress situation. When you have a high adrenaline dump, your body wants to focus on only things that are important. So, what's that mean? It's going to cut things it deems unnecessary out. So maybe sight alignment, maybe sight picture, maybe standing proper, maybe doing something. So you got to get all that stuff down. So when something happens, it's just going to be natural for you. It's not going to be anything else. Number 6 would be proper gear. And you just cannot understand how much the right pistol will make you more accurate and how much the wrong pistol will cause you to be inaccurate. Now, when I say right and wrong, it's not about a manufacturer. It could be about trigger control, trigger press wise. If you got a pistol like a Smith & Wesson SDVE, it was Smith's line. It was nice. It had all the clean looks, silver top, black bottom, but the trigger was about 10.5 pounds. Now you try to press that trigger real slow, you're not going to be able to do it. I'll tell you, one of the most popular pistols got the shittiest trigger in the world is a Glock. The Glock's trigger is 5.5 pounds, but it's a loadable 5.5 pounds. So when you get that trigger all the way to the back, it's really stiff and sticky. So when you go to engage that, most of the time people who shoot Glock triggers, they shoot low with that gun because they are pulling the trigger versus pressing the trigger. And when you slowly press a Glock trigger, it gets stiffer and stiffer and stiffer. It's hard not to let the gun bend when you press the trigger. So for getting that right gear, from earwear, from eyewear, from shoes, from the proper clothes to wear, women come to the range all the time underdressed. They're wearing cutesy tank tops and flip-flops and all that stuff. And the first time a bullet goes down a blouse, the hot movie dance isn't a great dance, and it's not very safe at all. So dress appropriately. You're going to the range. You're not going to the disco. Listen to me, disco. Here comes the fuds. They're going to call me a fud because they use the word disco. I'm not that old. God dang it. All right. Number 7 is about trust. It's about trust in yourself and trust in a firearms instructor. I would highly recommend that you take some kind of training class. Whether you take it through us, we'd love to have you, but some people can't get here, or find a great instructor in your area that will build you up, not take you down. That's what a firearms instructor is supposed to do. They're not supposed to break you down when you make a mistake. They're trying to help you build that foundation. It's very important that you understand all the fundamentals. So I told you made it this far to give you the bonus, and the bonus is I have a bunch of ebooks in the description below, and I'm going to give you one for free. All you have to do is go to our YouTube channel, look at the ebooks, find the one you think you'd want, and go ahead and put that in the cart and put free book at checkout, and it's yours for free. If you'd like to support us, we've put those ebooks on sale, and they're normally $3.99, but we've taken 50% off, and if you want to add a few more into the cart, we would truly appreciate it. And then you get that one free book, and you get only $1.99 a piece after that fact. So, what are these books about? They're about grip, they're about stance, they're about trigger control, they're about sight picture, they're about sight alignments, they're about mental effects, they're about gear. There's a bunch of stuff there, and each one of those are tuned out for that one special thing. And if you'd like to learn a little bit more how a training class goes, I'm going to put a playlist right here somewhere that you can watch, and it's going to go through the whole how to shoot a pistol. And then if you have any other comments, we'd love to have them. Until next time, God bless, be safe, and remember, you are your first line of defense. Thank you very much for watching.